Okay then, Jack, so the first thing we'll look at with that driver, obviously the amount of lean on that left hand when you got there, for me just a little bit, just too extreme.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to have a little bit of spine angle lean, which you have here at setup, okay, that's good, and your shoulders are nicely tilted, which they would be, because the fact your right hand's below your left, that's all good, okay, but the amount of lean you've got on there for me is just a little bit too much. And in terms of the swing, when you're that far back, perhaps because you're just too far away from the hitting area, your arms haven't got as much control, as you come back to the golf ball, a better backswing now, being a little bit high, we discussed with the iron, okay, so you're doing that nicely, okay, that's a very, very good position. As you come back into impact now, just see frame by frame, there's your impact there, you can see your left arm now kind of pushing out and away from the body, and just that left arm doing this. If you start there with your left arm and just push your elbow towards target, your natural hand position is going to change, and the club face therefore will change with that. Compare that to this on the right, same good backswing, okay, coming back in the golf ball now, and there's your impact to the ball now being pinged, and you see your hand now stay in line with the blue line. So you come back to that impact position, the club face now squares up, and then release through, whereas this one now, left arm's pulled through, and then it sort of releases through afterwards. Same kind of good finish position, but how you've got there's with a little bit of kind of elbow leading first. And a lot of times that comes from people trying to sort of hit the golf ball. If they know their bad shot is kind of off that way, they then try and pull the ball this way, sort of just pull the elbow left kind of thing. And in their mind, if their elbow or arms go left, well, the ball will go left. But the club face swings left, but the face direction goes more that way, which unfortunately results in that sort of slicey one that you tend to get. So in terms of the actual swing there, the release is going to be the main focus point with the driver. With the iron, to some extent with a bit of the driver, I don't want to try and give you too much to think about with the swing, okay? But with the driver on, and with the iron, sorry, the takeaway was a little bit flat. You were swinging sort of underneath on the way back and underneath that sort of shoulder line, okay? And that then got your right arm stuck, and the only way to hit the golf was just flick it with your hands, okay? Now with the driver, the club's just too long to do that flick. You just block it miles right on a massive slice. So that was kind of encouraging that as well. So getting that club to kind of work up on that plane, okay? If when you're down the range in golf balls, you want to send some video to me down the line or on here practicing, do that. The key thing to make sure when you're sending a video from down the line, the camera, if that's the ball line there, and the blue line would be your feet line, you want the camera to be on basically your hand line, so be just in front of your toes. If you do it on the yellow line there, when you swing back, the club will look a long way on the inside, and then you'll start going back too far. Likewise, if you're too far on the inside, it will look way on the outside. So always key to get on line with your hands, looking down the line, usually about level with your hands height. So if you can get either on here somewhere or somewhere in line there, if you can't always get the height, try and make sure you get the line right, okay? Because if you're too far in by your toes or your heels, or too far out by the golf ball, the image of the swing will just look different, and you'll be, oh, I'm way on the inside, I've got to try and change something, and it's going to cause you more kind of grief than you need to, really. So setting the camera up will be key, okay? Face on, obviously, just going straight from the target, there's no problem at all in terms of that way, but doing down the line, if we're working on that swing plane, okay, get that club working up better, get the arms working down in a better position, just make the swing more consistent, You've got a swing plane angle, let's just swing on it rather than going either underneath or then going outside to then come back. It's just too many variables there for me to try and be consistent with that. And again, I think in terms of the speed, practice speed will be faster than your play speed for the moment. When you feel more confident with this speed, again, I usually work on a sort of 7 out of 10 ratio, okay? If you're 7 out of 10 on the range here now with that speed, hitting the ball good, try on the golf course. At the moment now, with that being moved, you're probably like 3 or 4 out of 10. You get a couple of good ones. Then there's less right, which is obviously a good sign. It shows you're releasing the club better. But there's a few that are going off to the right there. Now, as much as that was a good strike, 230, 45 yards offline, that's probably going to be losing a golf ball. Well, either on the adjoining fairway or in the tree somewhere. Okay, so we're going to get that number down, sort of under, I guess 25 yards from offline. That kind of sort of parameter there would be the sort of most you're looking for. Okay, so if you're on here or down a driving range, set your challenge 7 out of 10. Do your 10 shots, then finish that driver. Put your driver in the bag, go back to your irons, work on some different shots. Maybe at the end, go back to drive again at the last 10 and see what you get the second time round. So just give you something to kind of focus on or work on, okay? Release is looking very good now. I think use the impact bag as I say if you want to use that bag there. So if I sort of do my drawing here now, when you come in the golf and you come back in the bag there, now you're going to give that bag a good old kind of swish there now. We want that nice straight line, which you have there. Very good position, okay? If the hand starts going too far this way and the arm's out here, that face now is aiming to the right, so. Okay, mate, makes sense?
Brilliant.
Good man, very, very good.